All right, so where did we leave off?
Me going to get a beer.
Oh, that's right. Well, just in case this is a new episode, I wanted to say to remind our people who are watching, this is Tip and I, and we're racing through Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And right now, I don't know where Tip stands. He assures me that he's still in the lead. I don't know
Oh
what that
yeah.
means exactly, but we're finding out as we go.
I'm definitely in the lead.
Okay.
My
Um,
download is at 78%.
Great. So something I was thinking about. Should we even try to do Extra Life this year?
I say we leave that up to our buds that watch us. Here's the thing that I felt with Extra Life last year.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really a real part of it. I wasn't a part of the crew then.
That's right. You were still intern.
Yeah, I was still a special guest. um, but it seemed forced by other elements that are no longer with us.
Oh right, yeah, no. The poor sick children were forcing us to do it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
How dare they?
It just like, again, one of those things where, yes, it's a good cause. Extra Life is a good cause. I understand that. But it seemed more like
It seemed too structured, right?
what we were talking about before, where instead of doing it for the good cause and not caring about anything else, more as a, hey, let's get our name out there.
Yeah, I kind of was getting that vibe too. Because I'm all for about promoting and stuff, but the whole concept is us screwing around having fun. That's what it was founded
Yeah.
on. So I hear you, man. We
And
got to go for a more relaxed.
Tip came in and changed the atmosphere of what it asked for.
Rules? What are these rules you speak of? Tip does not follow rules.
Tip doesn't follow rules. Tip doesn't think. Tip just does. Tip is Tip.
But here's the catch. It works.
Yep. When people say, why did Tip? Why did Tip indeed?
Exactly. So we got to get a shirt with the Why Did Tip on there. That'd
Oh,
be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And that awesome little cartoon character that our friend drew for us. I've been loving those things, by the way.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, and you can check them out at our Twitter.
Yes. On the feed there is on there, and if you want to see them on a beautiful coffee mug, you can go to society6.com/why did ask for.
Yep. Unfortunately, we can't monetize by putting a Ghostbusters logo on any of our cups or stuff.
Just because of the thing we were just talking about.
Yep.
Copyright infringement.
But speaking of weird laws and things that I barely understand and rules,
Polygamy. I'm sorry.
I'm
Go ahead.
pretty sure I understand that. This EU referendum thing that's been going down in London,
Oh,
England?
shoot, yeah.
I don't know. We should preface this by saying, at the time of this recording,
Mm-hmm.
they're counting the votes.
Yeah, they're gonna
By the
have
time, by the time this is released, it'll be old news.
well, you can hear how the world was right before one of the most important changes in global history.
Yeah. So, what's your take on it, Pat?
From my understanding, it's the UK doesn't like the idea that people from poorer countries can go over and have a work, like they can work in the UK and they don't need like a work visa. They can just go over there. So like in our case, it'd be as if I could just go over to the UK right now and get a job, except we're not in the EU. And then it might take away the job of UK citizens, working in the EU. Like I'm taking a job that they would normally get, and they're mad about that because, it's the whole Turk your jurors, but their version of it.
Yes.
And so they're having a vote so that they'll leave the EU and basically have the right to to say, hey, you know what, you can't just come over here without a passport or without a work visa. You have to actually do the whole process and make it a lot harder for them to go over. But then the other side of the coin is that if they leave the EU and they try to trade with the rest of Europe, there's going to be regulations in place that will say, hey, before we would trade normally with you, but since you threw, basically a bitch fit about not wanting to be in the EU and people going over, we're going to create new laws to make it a little bit more difficult for you to trade. And because they're no longer part of the EU, now they have no real ability to be a part of the discussion.
I think you're right. My understanding is a little bit more than just immigration. And I could be totally wrong on this. It could just be that they're a bunch of racist assholes.
And remember, I don't know anything. This is what I think it's about.
Yeah.
And it's sad that I know more about British politics than I know about American. Go on.
You did just make all of England sound like Donald Trump.
But they're not. That's it's confusing me. Anyway, go ahead.
But my understanding is the EU is becoming more and more like the United States, where the member countries are becoming more and more like states, and you have your European Parliament creating more and more laws, where power is being taken away from these independent nations, these sovereign nations, and going towards this mega state that they're trying to create. And the English don't want that. Right. They want to maintain control of their affairs.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's about. I don't know. I just really hope that they vote to leave so that the British pound and the euro go really, really far down in the toilet, because I've got a trip to Germany coming up in 3 months.
I doubt that that'll be the case. And you're absolutely right. If the UK leaves the EU, they're going to have another recession over there.
Yeah. Which
will affect people in the US. But you know what the sad thing is? It's kind of like what the problem is here, they're starting to have over there. So I guess you could say we're patient zero and the infection's spreading. But younger people, the young guys, not you, viewers of this, you're very smart and intelligent, we look forward to you. They don't go out there because they're hoping that they're going to leave it to the old fogies. And the old fogies are going to fix everything, and they're going to vote, like me and Tip.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter is, you can't rely on that anymore because there is an older mentality that is not congruent with the modern way of thinking. And if you really feel passionate about these things, you should not be leaving it up to anybody.
Yeah, it's like with the American election, the one that's going on now, the presidential one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a libertarian. I vote for the libertarian candidate.
Mm-hmm.
I have every election. And a lot of people are sitting there, well, it's always been this way. We either get to vote for a Republican or a Democrat, and this year both choices suck. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. There's more choices. And if people would do that instead of just, oh, well, even if I vote for them, it's not going to matter because all these people are going to vote for Donald Trump, let's say.
It's that one Simpsons Halloween special where it's the two aliens running for president.
Yeah, that's what we're at right now.
You have to vote for either one of us. You don't have a choice. And then it's like, I vote for a third party. Go ahead, throw your vote away.
Yeah, and that's what everybody says. But if all these people that were like, hey, I'm going to vote for the third party, and they actually went and did it, I'm sure the third party would get a lot more recognition.
Absolutely.
It's just one of those things. And just a quick update, I'm sure this will all be well said and done by the time this gets released. But it looks like they're up just 900,000 votes to leave the EU.
Don't do it, UK, don't do it. What's wrong with you? Don't do it.
So they have to somehow come up with 900,000 votes.
Oh man. And it's, oh man. That's scary, Tip. That's scary.
I don't know, I kind of want it to happen.
I think you want it to happen so it's more like a sociology experiment.
Yeah.
I want to see how people react to their terrible, terrible decisions.
It's kind of like watching the world burn. I kind of just want to do it.
You can get some popcorn, sit back, play Ghostbusters. Yeah, man, why not? Hey, you know what's great about Ghostbusters?
What's that?
Talking politics.
Yeah, who saw this little string we went
This
down?
is why Tip and I shouldn't be allowed to make projects together, because it always turns out into a political thing.
We can talk about existential crises? Crises?
Oh, what's that, like a midlife crisis or what?
I think so.
Okay, well, there you go.
I think the problem with me and you, Pat, is we know the words. And what I mean by know the words is we've heard them and know how to say them.
Ah, yeah. We can repeat words that we think are important, so we sound intelligent, but the reality is...
We're just parrots.
Yes. Parallelogram.
I think that's the wrong word, but sure.
No, but like you said, I'm just saying words that make me sound important.
So, what's with this uptake of fans that we've had lately?
I would attribute it to the tremendous amount of boredom that exists in the world right now, and they're like, "Dear God, we'll watch anything. We'll watch whatever's there." Look at these two guys; they're playing Ghostbusters. I like Ghostbusters. I'm gonna watch these guys play Ghostbusters.
But I'm not sure what the other guy's doing. He keeps insisting he's...
Yeah. He says he's playing Ghostbusters. I don't think he really is. I think he's just somehow he's just sitting there drinking beer, which I know isn't the case. Tip, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Come on.
I'm at 78%. Actually, speaking of beer,
Go on.
this Shiner Prickly Pear Pat, fantastic.
Ooh, I haven't had it.
It kind of tastes like a hard cider,
Yeah.
but it's called a beer. It's called Prickly Pear beer, so it's not as emasculating.
You know what? I honestly feel like if you like a beer, I don't care if it's fruity flavored, like pineapple or whatever. If you like it, go for it, man.
No, I'm all about that. But you know, sometimes someone will look at you like, "Oh, I can't believe you're drinking that." Kind of like the way I look at people that drink Bud Light.
Exactly.
But this one, that Shiner logo is just so. Look at my beer.
Oh man, Tip.
And it's cactus beer. I drink cactus.
This thing fermented in a gorilla's butt for 9 years, and then it grew, and we put whiskey in it, and I get all brave with the beer.
Yep.
Do you like the taste? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Do you like the way it
it's
tastes?
it's very tasty. It's very refreshing. It kind of has a pear flavor.
Oh, that sounds good, man.
Yeah.
We were working with a nice, kind gentleman who's still an awesome friend of ours, and he was working on a particular flavored brew, which I'm not going to say because I don't want to give it away. But I was really looking forward to that. And I know he got kind of, tripped up by life happening. He got married too, so it's
all these people getting married.
the lesson we're learning here today, kids, is that marriage ruins your life. Not really.
Yeah, be like Tip. Be like Tip. Ask out hot celebrities. Drink beer. Just do.
No, but seriously, just it's like if it's a good beer, just drink it. Like I have a confession to make here on this Let's Play, which you're probably gonna kill me for, Tip. Are you ready?
Okay, let's hear it.
It was the end of the day on a Sunday. I went over to a barbecue at my father-in-law's. He gave me a Bud Light, and I actually enjoyed it. It was ice cold, and it was a long day, and I was like, screw it, why not? And
I give Bud Light a lot of shit. My go-to, like, every day I need a beer type beer is Miller Lite.
Yeah, that's what the most sports places have, or most arenas, so.
And it's just, I give it a lot of crap just because it's trendy to give it a lot of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, if it makes you feel good, what's the problem?
That's where it comes from. Is that if it's you're enjoying it, are you enjoying it? And if there's something you'd rather have, then go for that. But obviously, if you have a Blue Moon and you have Bud Light, it's probably not a good idea to go for the Bud Light.
And
But
there's some asshole out there right now, Pat, going, man, Pat has really shitty taste in beer.